a lot of you guys are ready to mount the top. I've got mine here. I've already pre-stained mine. You guys can mount the top either before or after, it doesn't matter, but what I will suggest that you do is at least stain the underside of here. You do want to have stain on all surfaces of your piece just so that any moisture exchange that happens through changing of seasons and stuff is kind of equal across the board. If you don't stain the underside and you have lots of stain on the top, it's likely that you're going to have more cupping and moving issues and stuff like that, okay? So before you mount the top, make sure you take care of that. Very first thing you need to do when you mount the top is, first of all, give yourself some marks for exactly where your cabinet is gonna sit down there. So you're gonna turn this thing upside down, and I've already actually done this, and you probably can't see on the camera, but I've got little pencil marks. I've taken my sharp pencil and I've just measured out side to side and front to back, and I've made sure that this thing is exactly equal and exactly where I want it to be. And I've just taken my sharp pencil and just drawn some little pencil lines right exactly where I want the cabinet to actually sit when it mounts onto the top. Okay, so I've already done that part. The next thing you guys have to do is we're going to drill 4 holes in our top rail, and I've already measured these out as well. I've got a hole here, 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 and here, and they are actually on the inward side of this top drawer guide. The whole reason here is that they have to miss that little rail that we put in there where the drawer actually slides. It has to be inward of that so that our mounting screw doesn't interfere with where our drawer rides. Okay, so that part's already done. Got my 4 marks there, and I'm going to drill a hole in these upper drawer guides, a 3/8 of an inch. I want this thing substantially larger than my screw because the screw has to have room to move. Remember, we talk about how wood moves across the grain, right? I can't just put a whole bunch of glue on top here, put it down, and voila. It doesn't work like that. I have to allow this top room to move and expand through the changing of seasons and moisture. So we're going to start by just drilling this 3/8 diameter hole in the top drawer guides here. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Okay, that worked out pretty well actually. There's actually no blowout in here really at all. Part of the reason for that is because I use this really good quality bit from Lee Valley. It's like one of those special brad point drills that I don't often let you guys use, but for this purpose, by all means, please come and get the special bit from me. Okay, so I have my 4 holes. I'll show you guys here in a minute. I have my 4 holes in here now drilled. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is roll this over and position this on here. Okay, so exactly where I'm going to have it in those marks that I've already put there. Pencil marks that I made. Now I'm going to take the same drill bit, it's the same diameter, and I'm going to go in here and through the same hole, just going to go in here and put a little pressure and mark, and because the center tip of this drill bit's a little bit okay. So I've marked all 4 holes using the same drill bit. I've taken it out of the drill, put my 4 holes there, my 4 little marks. Now if I take this off, I'll have my 4 little marks right where the center of these 4 holes was. Okay, so the position of these holes isn't critical, but we're using these same holes to transfer and lay out on the underside of our top to do the next step. Okay, so the next step is I'm going to use this little drill here for a pilot drill. Right, and actually, so I'm just marking the drill bit right there so that I only know that I'm going to be drilling that deep into the wood. Okay, so now I've got 4 pilot holes that the screws are going to go up into, and they're positioned exactly in the center of these other 4 holes that we drilled. So now we can put this thing together. How we're going to be fastening this thing is with these washers, right? We can't just put the screw up in there because the first hole that we drilled here is far too big and the head of the screw would just pull right through. So we've got these 3/16 fender washers, and you guys, I'm going to give you 4 of these things. They're going to go on the head of the screw, and then they're going to go up here. And I'm just going to show you here, kind of zoom in on this here, Levi, just so you can see what, when you're choosing the screws for this is going to vary a little bit depending on the thickness of each of your upper drawer guides. You want a screw that doesn't go, that basically comes about 2/3 or 3/4 the way up the thickness of your top. If you have a screw that's too long, it's going to poke out the top, it's going to look ugly, right? But you still want to have enough threads there that actually have some holding power. Okay, so in this case I'm using 1¼ inch, number 8 1¼ inch screws with this fender washer on it. And that's it. So we're going to be able to go ahead now and go up, and just with a screwdriver, not with an impact driver because you don't want to over torque these things, just nice and snug with a screwdriver, and we can have the top, and it just sits on there clamped with these 4 screws. Okay?